What was my first year in real estate like? How many deals did I close? How much commission money did I earn? I know these are questions that everybody wants to know. That's why in this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you the truth about my first year in real estate. Watch it till the end. Okay guys, so my first year, I think I did 6 transactions. I was voted the, what do they call it, like the rookie of the year for the company, the brokers, boutique brokers that I was working for, but it didn't happen like so easily, all right? So I want to tell you a little bit of background about that. So I started working for this brokerage. I think we should even film a video on how I got into real estate, like how did I get to my first company? How did that process look like? I think that'll be really good. But anyway, so this deal happened like this, right? I started working at this boutique brokerage. I had no listings, I had no buyers, I didn't even have business cards, I literally just got into the business. What happened is I just reached out to other people that were inside the office because I was literally the first person in, turning on the lights, and I was the last person out, turning off the lights every single day. So what naturally happens is people inside the office start talking. Who is this kid? What is he doing here? Why do I see him here every single day? He's dressed to impress, he's diligent, he's focused, he's trying to do something, right? So what happens is other agents, they start finding out about you through word of mouth. And an agent that was there, and he was actually working super late with me, and he ended up seeing me one time, I think it was like literally 8 o'clock, I was still at the office, he was there doing some errands. And he said, hey, what are you doing there? And I was like, look man, I'm new, I'm trying to figure this whole thing out. He's like, hey, I have open houses this weekend, why don't you do them? And I said, okay, great, I've never done an open house before. But he gave me the opportunity to sit his Sunday open house. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. The property was in, it was on Fulton. It was like, I think maybe the property was maybe like under $1 million. So I sat there for the open house from 2 to 4. I was super excited, right? So I brought cookies and I brought water and I brought paperwork for people to fill out so I could capture all of their information. And every single person that was coming into the open house, I acted as if, right? I acted as if I've been a broker for the longest time ever. I'm doing an incredible amount of business. I represent buyers and sellers all the time. I was channeling that mentality and I was sharing that with every single person that came in, even though I didn't know much. Now, every single buyer that came in, I would do my best to capture their information, first name, last name, phone number, email, what they're looking for, how long they've been in the market, how do they find this specific property today, so I could keep up with them and keep in touch with them, right? So I met a gentleman, he was an engineer at Google, and he said, you know, I'm in this industry right now, I'm trying to find a property, I've been looking a little bit. So I captured all of his information, and the next step was getting him into my car to go and look at houses. So that was Sunday. So the following week, because he had a flexible schedule, he didn't have to be in the office all the time, he could work remotely at times. I got him in the property, I showed him 6 houses. I think the highest place we looked at was like maybe 500,000 or something like that. There was one property that I really wanted him to buy, that was in Lone Mountain, but he didn't end up choosing that one. We found another place that was on Oak. The address is like 3051 Oak or something like that. It was a studio, maybe 400 square feet, 480 square feet, something of that nature. And we ended up getting that into contract through a relationship that I built on the seller side from an agent that I would see on Broker's Tour. I don't know if you guys go on Broker's Tour or not, but that is literally how you cement yourself as an agent and how you create relationships with the other brokers, right? We submitted an offer for this gentleman. It was a very clean offer, great offer. I knew who the listing agent was, so I called her directly and said, hey, we'd really love to do this with you. What do we need to do it? We ended up writing, I think, maybe $20,000 over the asking price, but we solidified that property for that buyer literally within a week. And I'd only been in the agency for, I think, not even 2 weeks. So that Wednesday office meeting was unreal. It was so freaking exciting for me because I just started in the business. I got my first buyer in contract, and every single Wednesday we would have office meetings where the agents were doing like 30 million a week, $30 million in deals a week, $40 million of deals a week. And I got onto that sales sheet, and I can't tell you how excited I was. I can't tell you how proud of myself I was. And also, more important than anything else, I cannot even begin to tell you the type of buzz that was created amongst that brokerage and amongst those agents about me. And that's exactly what you want to do. Oftentimes I'm asked, bro, if you could start this whole thing again, what would you do differently? How would you change things up for you to start growing faster, learning faster, becoming more productive, more consistent? And I could honestly tell you this. I've been a solo agent my entire career, right? So 7 years, I've just been working alone. I've had to figure out everything on my own. I've had no mentors. I've had no figures to literally sit me down to teach me things. It's all been trial and error and a lot of mistakes of just falling on my face, losing deals. So when I think back about what I would do to change it up, I would beg people to be on their team. Someone that's more senior, that has space for me to host open houses, to learn the business, to learn the back end, to learn the paperwork, to learn how to sound on the phone, to learn tonality, to learn how to structure and run a business. Now, if you could do that, if you could get onto somebody's team as you're first starting out into this business, you are going to be leaps and bounds ahead of your potential competitors, other people inside of your office, and it is really going to be a lot more fruitful for you to take your career to the next level quicker. All right, guys, so I've been hearing a lot of beneficial remarks about this, some really good comments about the whole book of the week thing. I'm probably going to run out soon because I don't have any books, but this is the first book that I read. This is a book by our president, actually, our now president, Donald Trump, and it's called The Art of the Deal. So why did I find this beneficial? One, it's very heavy on real estate terminology, and how to put deals together using lawyers, using leveraged debt, and really the structure and the back end on which way you should definitely think about on structuring deals and making magic happen. Believe it or not, real estate is very much focused on how well you could think forward, think in advance, and help everyone come to a happy medium of a win-win situation for everyone, being able to structure a deal and close a deal. Because at a 100% commission, you earn $0 if you cannot close a transaction. This was the first book that I read. I think usually I write inside of these books the first time I finished it. Look at this. Roh Habibi, September 6th of 2006. That's the first time I read this book. So this was a helpful one. If you haven't had it, if you haven't bought it or read it, I think you'll appreciate it, so check that out. All right, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. It means the world to me. If you guys want to see the house that Jeff Bezos was about to buy in New York City, $60 million penthouse, make sure to click that video. I think you guys are going to enjoy it. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, engage with me, you guys. Let's do this thing together.